Well, welcome everyone to the SEMA collision repair and refinish stage. And today I'm here with Steve from St. Gobain, and we're going to talk a little bit about detailing.
Thanks, Scott. Yeah, absolutely looking forward to being here today. Got an exciting new product that we've recently launched and a little more information about it coming forward. So we recently launched a hyper concentrate system. It's a full detail setup for the body shop's needs, and we'll start off with a little video.
All right, I'll get that pulled up here. All right, so what's going on in the video here? What are we looking at here?
So effectively, this system is what we've known in the industry for a long time as large 5-gallon containers that have to be diluted for purposes of use within the shop. Well, what we have now is a complete system, which are what are effectively hyper-concentrated products where they can be pumped and sprayed into a small bottle system, and that way everything that a shop needs from start to finish in their detailing process can be accomplished.
Well, I know with anything with detailing, usually it takes a ton of water to do anything. And so does this system kind of help with some of that as well?
Absolutely. I mean, so not only are you minimizing the water, but it's also everything that comes along with that. The plumbing, making sure that you have the space within your wash bay. This is all kind of a self-contained unit, takes a very small footprint within the wall, within the system. And even looking at some application where, you might not have readily available plumbing, or you have to, tie in and get contractors out to do that. This completely eliminates that process for you.
Okay. So how many different products are involved in that system? Is there?
So we do have, it's a five product system, all of them silicone free, body shop safe products, so no issues there. And then everything from the auto wash to the wheel cleaner to the all-purpose cleaner, tire dressing, everything is all encompassed within the system. Even the glass cleaner, which oftentimes we see more of the rattle cans within the shop these days. Huge cost to a shop when you start looking at that, where this drastically minimizes the cost associated with detailing vehicles.
Okay. Well, and I know, coming from the collision side of things, detailing is often one of the things that a shop overlooks. And, one little thing that you did wrong on the detailing side leads to another thing that maybe you didn't do right, and all of a sudden it kind of just snowballs and leads to a lot of things. So I'm really glad you brought this, to talk about today, because there's, I think, a lot of things that those little things that shops miss.
Well, and Scott, I think that is really the most important point that you hit on is, all the processes and products, all the expertise that goes into a refinishing a vehicle, the last touch before the customer is in the detail shop. And there's so many things that could potentially go wrong in that process, where now all of a sudden you go to deliver a vehicle to a customer and now you have an unhappy customer on your hands. So being able to have a product that is body shop safe, that is easy to use, intuitive to use, even simple things like, so all of our products that we have available, they're scented. And so oftentimes what we see with some of the other chemicals that are out there is you get this strong, harsh, abrasive chemical scent to it. Well, that's what your customers first experience is once they enter their vehicle, once you deliver their newly repaired vehicle to them. So we have, sense of fruit flavored smells, where that way we've gotten feedback from customers saying, you know what, our favorite thing about this is it actually smells like lemons when our customer walks into the vehicle. The wheel cleaner smells like grape, as opposed to an acrid, acid-based product that's intensively harsh for the technician. And so we don't have acids in our products. They are very safe for the technician on that standpoint.
Okay. Yeah, and like you said, that a customer experience, having that little attention to detail goes a long way with them, because collision industry has kind of always had a bad reputation, and mechanical, of it's dirty, it's not all that clean, and they don't take care of things very well. But really, we've seen a change in the industry over the last 20, 30 years, where it's become a lot more professional, and we want to have that presentation be that much better?
Absolutely, and and you even look at the biggest challenges in our industry right now of technician deficits. Many technicians enter our industry in the detail department. That's where they start. That's where everybody cuts their teeth and gets into it. So being able to have a safe product for them to use, one where they can actually enjoy using the product, it's friendly, it's easy enough to work. It avoids their perception of saying, wow, this is a dirty, harsh industry. Maybe this isn't the one I want to get into.
Okay. So now let's get a little bit into how it works and how that system functions.
Absolutely. So again, the biggest differentiator that we have with our product versus many of the others that are out there is that it's a hyper concentrate. It doesn't need a dilution unit. It does not require massive 5-gallon pails of product being shipped from distribution, shipped on trucks, shipped into your having a place and a location for them, getting them set up, making sure the plumbing works properly. This is a self-contained 64-ounce container, and with it you have enough product to create 96 spray bottles with that product. And it's a very simple system. Comes with a pump. Press the pump bottles. Depending on how much strength you want, you can adjust the strength of the product right on the fly. Does not require any little reducers or any other mechanical products in order to make that happen. You have full control over the product. You have full control over the strength, depending on the application in the vehicle that you're working on.
Well, like I know the wheel cleaners, especially. There are some times where you need some pretty strong stuff to even touch what's on people's wheels.
Absolutely, and we have found a tremendous success with this product, even without having the need for those aggressive acids. Dwell time's important. You spray it on, but it is so safe that you can use it on aluminum, you can use it on painted wheels, you could use it on factory. So there's no issue as far as what the coatings that you are applying the products to, and that's just one more point of putting the technician's mind at ease, and especially the shop owners, the shop managers, the principals that need to know that you are going to be producing the best vehicle for your customer when they arrive. So again, looking at the full system, got the soap, the wheel cleaner, the glass cleaner, all-purpose cleaner, and again, it just really works well for all the shop's needs. The other thing that's important to keep in mind too is, depending on your geography, I've got a number of customers in the South where footprint within a shop is challenging to make sure that you have all the space that you need. And so in the South, we often find in the warmer climates where they'll actually have the wash and detail bays outside of the facility. Well, oftentimes, very rarely, once or twice a year, you'll get a freeze. And we've had those issues with previous diluter systems where now the components within those have frozen. Now you're replacing a several $100 unit on the wall to make sure that it functions again. This completely avoids that process, where it does give those shops in warmer climates the flexibility to absolutely have the wash bay outside while still not having the concerns about the occasional freeze that could result.
Yeah, see, I'm based out of Wisconsin, so
That's right.
we don't have anything outside.
I'm from Chicago originally. I currently live in Denver. We had 3 inches of snow there yesterday. So, it's just kind of par for the course. But again, it's a strong consideration depending on where you're at, and a large part of the country is affected by such things.
Well, and I know California has so many restrictions on
Yes.
not only the products you can use, but how much waste you can get rid of, and
Absolutely.
how you dispose of that waste.
Yes. And so again, being a waterborne safe, VOC compliance system, EPA Rule 65 compliance system, there's so much about this system that works for depending on what jurisdiction, what EPA regulations that you have to work with. And then yes, obviously the last one was the degreaser.
I didn't click it enough.
And so looking at the system as well, in addition to the containers, we have the pump system, which, they're all interchangeable, so there's no specific pump. The concentrations are all the same. All of our spray bottles are completely labeled for OSHA regulations, meeting all MSDS requirements that are out there as well. So that's the biggest point of all of this, is we want to make it as simple as possible for the shop to be able to access a system that's affordable, that's easy to use and intuitive, especially for the technician who might be some of our greener technicians in the space that are just cutting their teeth in our industry.
Well, and that's one of the things that a lot of times I think people overlook is that compliance issue, that they never think about it until there's a problem.
Yes.
And so the less work they have to do to be compliant is better.
Yep.
So because I know you're supposed to label the bottle, at least with the name of it.
Absolutely.
But guy in a hurry, very rarely do they take the time to do it. And all of a sudden, if there's an issue and somebody gets hurt, now all of a sudden you have OSHA and a few others breathing down your neck.
Absolutely. And whatever we can do as an industry to help reduce liability, reduce opportunities for injury is better for everybody. And so again, looking at the benefits of the system, no plumbing, no hoses are required. As long as you have a water source ready to go, very simple to use. For our soap, for our wash soap, really sudsy product, which everybody likes the feel, to know that, you can remove that grime. But again, the biggest thing is actually using the product. We need to make sure that the shops are doing everything in their power to go through a pre-cleaning stage before going through the repair process, because as iCar preaches, there's so many potential contaminants that can destroy your entire repair process from the very beginning. But also at the end of it, making sure that you don't have the watermarks, that you're reducing any of the potential defects that could occur before you deliver that car to your customer.
Well, and I think that's one thing that I've seen just in my career, a big shift where the car would come in, it would be completely covered with dust and mud, and you would just clean off the panels you were working on and nothing else. But that just introduces all kind of contaminants into your shop, into your booth especially.
Yep.
And the cleaner you can start, the cleaner you finish.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, there's a saying I've always followed is how you make your bed is how you sleep. And so making sure that you do those processes, and do things the right way early on, that's how you're going to get the desired end result that you're looking for.
Okay. So what's the test and drive? What's that?
So the test drive is part of our Refinish Solutions Group initiative. So a little bit about St. Gobain. We're a large multinational company. We have very common, familiar brands to the industry that are industry leaders like Norton Products, Lord Fusor Adhesives. REVvive is actually part of this branding campaign that we've used to actually bring in some of those ancillary products to make sure that we have a one-stop shop operation, one-stop shop solution for the shops, for distribution, so that way they can get all the products they need to complete the process start to finish. So Test Drive is a no-risk test policy where you reach out to our company through refinishsolutionsgroup.com, and we will be able to get our local representation in place. We'll work hand in hand with the distribution of your choice, and we'll do everything that we can to make sure that you have the opportunity to understand the products that we have, test the products that we have in shop, have your technicians use them for a full day with no questions, no comment, like no issues, nothing, no commitment at all. And so that way they have that opportunity to see the product firsthand without having any cost implications, fully guaranteed process for us.
And I think that's one of the things that, we get asked as iCar a lot of, which products to use. And we always tell people, well, who's going to support you if there's a problem? Who's going to be able to help you and make sure that you understand how to use that product? And that support, whether it's a welder or a product, it's kind of the same level of importance, because if you don't have that support, that's going to be a huge detriment all of a sudden if you have a problem or you don't know how to use something.
Well, and to that same point, if you don't know how to use something, with the technicians revolving throughout our locations and bringing new technicians to our industry, it's so important for us to be able to have those types of resources available for us to be on site, train your technicians as they come to the facility, make sure that they're on the same page and understand the proper processes to deliver the best vehicles possible to their customers.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by at SEMA. I know it's a busy week.
It is.
And we will hope to see you again soon, and thanks for coming.
Nope. Scott, thank you for your time and really appreciate what everything you and iCar does for the industry.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.